I believe by now you've heard the sad news that has hit Nana Kwame Bediako. I don't want a friend Jacob Freedom Caesar or Cheddar. Adolfo Unteya and Ampoati, but you don't understand the details of this story. Let me break it down for you because Charlie, very, very sad news. So, Accra High Court has authorized the police to assist the receiver in seizing the number 1 Oxford Street Hotel owned by Cheddar following a 14.9 million US dollars judgment debt owed by Kensington Residential Partners 1 Limited to Kola Holdings Limited. The hotel was used as collateral. So, Adolfo, in case you don't know, Cheddar was a very popular hotel. Su a number 1 Oxford Street Hotel, a very, very popular. A lot of white people from the diaspora celebrate when they come. They go there. In fact, that space is for big boys and big boys only. And it is one of the projects that made people love Cheddar and Nana Kwame Bediako. But court Aruli said that project should be taken from him. In fact, police should assist in taking that project for him. Now, or the company be Ekoji loan, a 14.9 million US dollars, where he used that project as collateral. Therefore, HSA went into the Omaji a free in same. So 14 solid points, and I maybe can explain so that you would understand why this particular project was taken from him and how the process went before Cheddar losing this project. So number 1, Cheddar partnered with UK-based investor Asad Kola through his company Kola Holdings Limited in Kensington Residential Partners 1 Limited, KRPY. So Cheddar a partner with a UK-based investor, be a friend Asad Kola, or partner through Kola Holdings Limited in Kensington Residential Partners 1 Limited, KRP. So I just a Cheddar any obi and a call into partnership. Yenye we yenka adwin bom yenkika kika yesika bom ni yenye project b. So the two were co-shareholders in the company which pursued major property developments in Accra, including projects linked to the Oxford Street area and others like Petronia City. So, the two, Asad and Cheddar, Omukam said they want to partner. They started developing projects. So what I say, just a property be a umtimito normal develop. Some better and normal check profit. No, some be Airbnb hotel, they will do that and then they will be sharing the profit. Now, almost say projects be include Oxford Street area buildings be a war as well as Petronia City. So Cheddar during the campaign time be so CCT be a Petronia City. I believe we also the video. Well, Asad and Cheddar a collaboration and now a Juma. So to fund these ventures, KRP1 secured significant financing, including a loan from the International Finance Corporation (IFC). What began as a business partnership turned contentious over repayment obligations and liabilities tied to these funds. So, Asad and Cheddar G loan. So what I say, International Finance Corporation (IFC). These international banks are ultimately financing projects if it makes sense. Now, it became like fight, misunderstanding. Why? Because repayment, loan, I said you repay with interest. It became a problem. Probably because project sikani shame juma and now say sikane there for the vanishing. So for Kola Holdings Limited initiated proceedings in the UK in early 2025. The High Court of England and Wales Deputy Master Sabe Casey issued a judgment against Nana Kwame Bediako personally for approximately 14.928 million in principal debt plus interest, 8% per annum and costs. Per annum, no man confuse per year. So Kola Holdings Limited, Asad Kola, a company, UK, or say, okay, fine, me no na loan, right? And I say they developing properties, right? sisi a na entwi a dane contentious one me ko twema me ntwe. No problem. So this is what I would do. I will take the issue to court. Until the Cheddar Echo Court, Emma Court ruling in his favor early 2025. Say, HSA, or no Cheddar, entry 14.928 million US dollars. So what you say, and also 8% interest into just $14.9 million. No, just every year. Interest is so the earlier you pay, the better. If not, how and cost. Just say, aside court or call the amount of spending on lawyers and Cheddar. Now, the UK judgment was later registered in Ghana's High Court Commercial Division in May 2025 and became enforceable locally. By January 2026, the Accra High Court had formally recognized and began enforcing it against Cheddar, which accrued interest, pushing the total significantly higher, around 258 million equivalent at the time, subject to further accrual. And also, judgment about UK. Of course, Cheddar is not in the UK. It's in Ghana or Chile. So what you say? Now, the case now is here or UK. No, ruling nearby Ghana here. Commercial Division as of May 2025 to begin process. Say it should take effect. Ruler Cheddar must pay that money. So later, later, 2026 January, Enna. Just a court recognize the case. They agreed. Say okay, so far Cheddar must pay the money with interest as he can call 258 million US dollars, 1 million a year, almost $100,000. So you can just do the math in total. Now, even as we speak, each hour, each day, just more money in terms of interest. So that says Cheddar has consistently maintained that he bears no personal liability. In public statement, he explained that the underlying transaction involved a company loan taken by KRP1 from the IFC, not a direct loan from Kola Holdings to him personally. So I say, look, yemi enu ni eka etibo me koji loan. So what you say? Loan enye me and I'm koji a company ene de koji loan. So enye mi loan. It no be me I go take am. It be the two of us when a company will go take am. So no be me I for pay that money. He noted that Kola Holdings didn't pay him any money directly and accused the process of issues, including a lack of proper defense in the UK. His lawyers allegedly failed to file processes and non-disclosure of parallel proceedings in Ghana. So Cheddar, let's see, the process is here with UK, where they ruled he should pay 14.928 million US dollars. No, look, Cheddar is saying, say, Nyema anko ye, even on only lawyers can go defend no. So at the the almost year or hot year for the vanishing. And make it say, even in Ghana, what they were doing against him, ruling say he should pay and cool. No, senior say be him because or no crowd and say, so eighth, he has described it as an attempt at unjust enrichment through double recovery, pursuing both him personally and the company KRP1, and has appealed the enforcement in Ghana while affirming his belief in the rule of law. Or say, I say, aside no person use tactics be edinye sika efa ono ne ho. Why? Enye ono ne koji loan. Or say, look, just a Ghanaian justice, any our system, our legal system should just do the right thing. Now, believe in the rule of law. 9. Meanwhile, as a secured creditor, Kola Holdings registered its security interest over relevant assets, including rights connected to number 1 Oxford Street Hotel property at Ghana's Collateral Registry under the Borrowers and Lenders Act 2020. So, omo koji sikano. So what you say? Omo de Kola Holdings assets be I invest here or number 1 Oxford Street. Into omo de koyas collateral. Says he intimiate so what he has this property mombeje. So that was what happened. And the Ghana Borrowers and Lenders Act 2020 Act 1052 and a permittee or yes, way. So the 10th, they obtained the necessary approvals, including a memorandum of no objection to realize the security. So HSA number 1 of Oxford Street project, no, HSA a idea obi and challenge when they wanted to use that as collateral. So memorandum of understanding, cheddar, and memorandum of no objection or no any cheddar etnas, they agreed until there is no problem to use that project as collateral. A receiver ni Amano Dodu was appointed to take control of the asset and recover value for the creditors when KRP1 under Cheddar's directorship, which owned the hotel, didn't hand it over peacefully. Kola Holdings and the receiver applied to court for assistance. So, a receiver here ni Amano Dodu, our Ghanaian, HSA was appointed to take control. And na HSA sika or loan or makojino anyhow or dibe tuyaka no. Onfa property nenye den. And pay sika so beton so the beye juma di tuyaka. That is it. But that is what should happen. So Kola Holdings that belong to Assad, Emra, Cheddar, omo enforce this ruling in Ghana. HSA Cheddar antimi amfa property na ma omo peacefully they went back to court. So at say we enye mafia sem rule of law. They went back to court to enforce. Says ruling biaba in UK. Yeah, they are back Ghana ha. Na say still. Na say the idea collateral no collateral HSA mami way me the way see and I mean intimi antwi sika car no aba befa. Enti who koji loan or banks and ko ya dey ebisa say collateral or do car papers we fee papers but into intimi antwi fee no timwa ya ton e baba be pamo utimwa car no ya ton so what you say. So that is what happened. Now they went back to court and then they wanted to take possession of the hotel. So the court found that Kola Holdings had followed the proper legal step for realizing registered security and that the opposition from KRP1 didn't provide sufficient grounds to block it. So court, Omuhu said no. Kola Holdings belonging to Assad, the partner of Cheddar, they followed steps. So what I say, yeah, right, yeah, correct. So what they did was, right, and court they say, look, you're ruling in your favor again. I was a police for a demonim. Normally this property from Cheddar for you. Until pamo all the work. Pamo bia if you muda hotel nimuno. Pamo bia. So this allows the receiver to control the property and work towards repaying the outstanding obligations to Kola Holdings. The hotel, once a flagship of Cheddar's development, is now under court supervised control as part of the creditor recovery process. So this means say receiver no a year dodu ni amano dodu or di enim no say court recognizes someone property no farmer or no manage to pay off the 14.9 million US dollars alone with interest about just 250 something million Ghana cedis. So what I say? So I just said this property not Cheddar. A lot of people knew him through Omaje and their feelings him. So this is just why Cheddar has lost his property. What do you have to say, Mr. Oribika? Do you have something saying? Please let me know under the comments. If you have a video to this post, God bless you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, that's CP.
Vimbaz TV.